All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Chakwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom, salutations to the hopeful elect that's fighting a good fight of faith and truth, in sincerity and wholeheartedly. Shalom to the Akwath, which is the women believers. Shalom to you. I want to speak on, the Gentile thing, because it's certain scriptures that shows you that the Gentiles are Israelites. And lately the Gentiles been coming up. Usually every couple of years, this topic will come up. And the reason that it's coming up again is because Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is on his way. And a lot of Hebrew Israelites really don't want to face the persecution that's about to come with this belief system. Because when we go out there, we're telling you that Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly call God and Jesus, is coming back only for the Israelites, and particularly the elect. So when you out there on the highways and byways, you make yourself a prey, because you out there, you campaigning for your people, and it could be nothing but heathen around. Your people, Stockholm syndrome, that can offend them. So that's why the Lord said, "Why trimmest thou thy way to seek love?" But I want to jump into Acts 15, the council, right? But James speaking part. Because he says something that caught my eye. So it said, "And after they had held their peace, James answered, saying, Men and brethren, hearken unto me. Simeon," or you Simon, whatever you want to call it, but Simeon, this is Peter. All right. Simeon have declared how the Most High at the first did visit the Gentiles to take out of them a people for his name. So wait a minute. Gentiles to take out of them a people for his name. See, that totally goes against the scriptures. All right. Now, let's get some clarification on this. Simeon, Peter, have declared how the Most High at first did visit the Gentiles to take out of them a people for his name. Now, we understand all through the scriptures that the people that is called by his name is Yah Sha'ala, which is how you say Israel in Hebrew. Okay? So, now remember, Yahweh Shah said, "Don't go into the way of the Gentiles, but go rather into the lost sheep of the house of Israel." So that right there already shows you that it's two type of Gentiles. Because if the Gentiles is going to trust in his name, right? But then he told his disciples, "Don't go into the way of the Gentiles, but rather go into the house of the lost sheep of the house of Israel," right? So use common sense, man. So it says, "But when Yahushua knew it, he withdraw himself from thence, and great multitudes followed him, and he healed them all, and charged them that they should not make him known." All right, so when you go up in this chapter, the Pharisees was trying to kill Yahushua because he healed a man on the Sabbath. So it said that it might be fulfilled, which was spoken by Isaiah the prophet, saying, "Behold, my servant whom I have chosen," that's Isaiah 42, "my beloved, in whom my soul is well pleased. I will put my spirit upon him, and he shall show judgment to the Gentiles. He shall not strive nor cry, neither shall any man hear his voice in the streets. A bruised reed shall not break, a smoking flax shall not quench till he have judgment." So he has sent forth judgment unto victory. So when Yahushua came on the scene, he didn't come here to destroy. Okay? So he came here, as the scripture says in John 10:10, the devil come but to kill, steal, and destroy, but I have come that you may have life and have it abundantly. So when Yahushua come back the second time, that's when he's going to do the judging. But when he came here to gather his elect and to gather the 12 disciples and to put the spirit on them to teach the ministry that we teach today. All right. So a bruised reed shall not break, a smoking flax shall not quench. So also that goes into us. We have a little strength, but the Lord is with us. That smoking flax, that candle ain't going to be put out until judgment come, okay? Until the Lord take us off the street. But until then, the men of the Lord, with the little strength that we have, we're going to continue to keep teaching, continue to keep edifying, exhorting, comforting, and until the Lord take us off the street when the famine of the word come. And it says, and in his name should the Gentiles trust. So, make this make sense. It said, but he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Now, the key word in this sentence is lost. What makes you a Gentile if you're an Israelite? Keeping the custom of the heathen. See, I'm not about to go all deep into that because this video could be an hour long, but you know how I do it. I try to get in, hit the points, get in and out. So, a lost sheep of the house of Israel, what made us lost in the first place? That's why you need the Apocrypha. That's why you need the Greek captivity. That's why when the scripture says that the Jews and Greeks is no difference between them, because they're the same people. I'm going to make an easy example. I always say this when I make a video concerning this topic. Everybody that called himself a Hebrew Israelite right now, guess what you was calling yourself before that? You wasn't calling yourself from the tribe of Judah. You was calling yourself an African American. You wasn't calling yourself from the tribe of Ephraim. You was calling yourself a Puerto Rican. It's the same damn thing. They was calling themselves Greeks. They was keeping the custom of the Greek. Matter of fact, when you was calling yourself an African American and a Puerto Rican, when you celebrating Christmas, Easter, Halloween, all the customs that the heathen do. We did it back then. So that's what made us lost. And then let's go back to so in his name should the Gentiles trust, right? Verse 21. In his name should the Gentiles trust, right? But why would he say this? I already quoted it. Then the 12, Yahushua sent forth a command of saying, go not into the ways of the Gentiles, which shows you that it's two different types. And into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not, but rather go to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Okay? So now let's go back to the council. So it says 15, and to this agree the words of the prophets as it is written. After this, I will return, and I will begin, and now I will build again the tabernacle of David, which is fallen, and I will build again the ruins thereof, and I will set it up. So this is going to happen in the last days in its fullness. This is the beginning stage of it. Because we had a sprinkling of the 12 tribes in that time, even though the other, the 10 came over to the other side of the world. 2nd Esdras 13. So the beginning stages was this ministry being preached to the Gentiles. You got to understand, the Lord cast away. The reason that Yahushua had to come to the earth and do what he did was to reconcile us back. And I saw when for all the causes whereby backsliding Israel committed adultery, I had put her away. So you got to understand, so this is Jeremiah. This is like 500 plus years before Yahushua came on the scene. Israel been cast away 700 plus years before Yahushua came on the scene. Talk about the 10 tribes. 200 some years later, Judah was getting the bill of divorce. All right. So, because we broke the covenant, so Yahushua had to come on the scene and give us a new contract. And that contract right now is us being under grace. And while we're under grace, we're not supposed to use our flesh to, do the desires of our heart, but we're supposed to use our grace period to try to get right with the Lord. So that's what Yahushua did. That's why he's our mediator. That's why through his sacrifice, we're able to go to the Father through him. Because the Lord put us away. So saying, I saw when for all the causes whereby backsliding Israel committed adultery, I have put her away and given her a bill of divorce. Yet her treacherous sister Judah feared not, but went and played the harlot also. So this is why Yahushua came. So the circumcision at that time, who thought they was more holier than thou, that's why they rejected the Lord. Number one, they was jealous of him. You get that account in John 11, 47 and 48. Talk about this, man. Everybody gonna believe in Yahushua. They're gonna take away our seat. All right, they wanted to be the man. But anyways, this is what makes you a heathen. When the Lord casts you away, and you basically being a heathen, you keeping the customs of the heathen, you call a Gentile now. But let's go back. So it says that the residue of men might seek after the Lord. What residue represent? The remnant. And all the Gentiles upon whom my name is called. Wait a minute. Wait a minute now. Let's slow it down. Upon whom my name is called, and all the Gentiles upon whom my name is called, saith the Lord, who doeth all these things. So yeah, I gotta ask a question to you people who don't have understanding of our book. When have the Gentiles ever been called, by the Lord's name? I tell you who have. So it said, in what one nation in the earth is like your people, even like Israel, whom the Most High went to redeem for a people to himself, and to make him a name, and to do for you great things terrible for your land before your people, which you has redeemed to you from Egypt, from the nations and their gods. For you has confirmed to yourself your people Israel to be a people unto you forever, and you and Yahweh are become their power. And thou, Yahweh, art become their power. So, the people who are called by the Lord's name is Yasharallah. The people that the Lord gave the law to, the covenant, the promises, all of that to, Yasharallah. Amos 3, it says that out of all the families of the earth, you have I known, therefore I will punish you for your iniquity. So, let's continue. But let's read this again. That the residue of men might seek after the Lord, and all the Gentiles upon whom my name is called. Come on now. Let's go to Isaiah real quick. Just let you know it ain't talking about no natural Gentile. So it said, the people of your holiness have possessed it but a little while. This is our forefather, our brother, the prophet Yeshaya. That's how you say it in Hebrew, Isaiah. He is basically pleading to the Lord like, we only have possessed Jerusalem for a little while our adversaries have trodden down your sanctuary. We are thine. You never bears rule over them. Talking about the nations. They were not called by your name. So if the Gentiles whom are called by my name, but then they were not called by it. See, come on now. Sounds like the Lord is on point, and the people who try to teach contrary, as the scripture says, for what if some do not believe, or should they make their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect? The Most High forbid. Yeah, let the Most High be true, but every man a liar, as it is written. All right, you may just be justified in your sayings, and might just overcome when you are a judge. So let the Lord be true, and every man a liar. Because you got a lot of them out here. Let me see. What is that? It said, you shall find that Israel by name have kept your precepts, but not the heathen, because the law wasn't given to them. The law wasn't given to them in the New Testament. First of all, the law is good, right? But in the New Testament, it's talking about how the law can't save you, but the faith of Yahushua. So, also in the Old Testament, because the whole book is the law, in the Old Testament, it talks about the future of the New Testament. How Yahushua is going to come on the scene. How the word was going to spread to the Gentiles. So, the precepts is the commands in these books. The heathen never ever kept the precepts. They don't understand the precepts. In Deuteronomy 23, I think the first two verses, matter of fact, the second verse, it said that the heathen cannot come into the congregation of the Lord. So what is y'all talking about? Here come another cut. I think that's... this will let you know that we could be called heathen too. So I'm going to make this quick statement. In the scriptures, the Lord said he had made everything double. That's literal. Up, down, left, right, love, hate, hot, cold, so on and so forth, right? So also, when it comes to wicked, like Gentiles, it's two Gentiles. You have the natural Gentiles, and then you have the people who act like Gentiles. And the Lord cast them out as Gentiles, which is talk about us. The Lord is like, okay, you want to keep Christmas? Or you want to eat abominations? Or you want to call on another God? Well, guess what? You a heathen now. It's real simple. But anyways, it said, I, Ezra, receive a charge of the Lord upon the Mount Oreb, that I should go unto Israel. But when I came unto them, they set me at naught and despised the commandment of the Lord. And therefore I say unto you, O you heathen, that hear and understand, look for your shepherd. He shall give you everlasting rest, for he is nigh at hand that shall come in the end of the world, right? Now the next verse is the cut, just in case you say, see, he said, you heathen, look for your shepherd, right? Be ready to the reward of the kingdom. From the everlasting light shall shine upon you forevermore. Who is the kingdom for? Now this is the scripture I'm going to end it on. So he told the heathen to get ready for the kingdom. Come on now. This is who the kingdom is for. And I say unto you that many shall come from the east, from the west, shall sit down with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. Why didn't say, the kingdom of heaven is for everybody? He made it specific, Abraham, because it started with Abraham, okay? But the children of the kingdom shall be cast out in the outer darkness. This is another scripture that people try to use. See, he cast away his own people and bringing in the heathen now. Now you're actually kind of correct, but you got to have more context with it. So when the wicked Sadducees and Pharisees, because all of them wasn't wicked, the wicked Sadducees and Pharisees, chief priests, scribes, and elders rejected him, the ones who sit in Moses' seat at that time. They rejected him. So yes, they're going to get those fireworks in the end. But that don't mean that the heathen can come in. He's talking about the Gentiles. Let's continue to read. But the children of the kingdom shall be cast out into outer darkness. There should be weeping and gnashing of teeth. So that don't mean that's not the replacement. All right. That is a replacement theology. And I think it's called supersessionism, where basically anybody can believe and be a spiritual Israelite. No, that's not the case. So every Israelite is not going to be saved. Only the remnant of Israel is going to be saved. And then the rest of Israel is going to come back through the remnant, through the consummation of sex in the kingdom. So 2/3, as I say in Zechariah 13:8, 2/3 going to cut off and die. 1/3 is going to be preserved. The scripture says in Romans 11:26 that all Israel should be saved. So this is why the scripture says that precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, here a little, there a little. Line upon line, line upon line, okay? Man, I can't wait till I'm not congested anymore. But anyways, hopefully this video is edifying. Hopefully you got some understanding. I try to simplify as the best as I can. So all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai and Shalom.